It's not all take, however. While many species have disappeared, humanity has created a number of new ones as well. Through farming and domestication, everything from corn to various species of dog has been selectively grown or bred by humans. So if Earth had never had humans, then its other crops and creatures might well have evolved differently too. Taking the development of farm produce as an example, the emergence of new types of carrot, apple, or anything else can take decades or centuries in the natural order of things. But humans can and have fast-tracked the process innumerable times via genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, a supposedly efficient but certainly controversial method of growing. Humans are also partly responsible for where other flora and fauna species live too, with human travelers and settlers introducing non-native animal and plant populations to new habitats all across the planet, sometimes intentionally, sometimes accidentally. In trying to answer why certain geographical regions, like the Serengeti for example, hold a much wider than average variety of large mammals, the study argues that it's because these are the only places left where humans haven't yet eradicated endemic species. These rare locations on the world map have been relatively unchanged throughout human history, compared to most of Europe for example. But while we might think that particular animals have simply evolved to live in dusty savannas, or in any other inaccessible region, the ARIS report suggests that one of the main reasons a brown bear, for instance, lives mainly in the mountains is because that's where it has needed to go to evade human settlements. Whether the risk is hunting or habitat destruction, certain animals just inherently know to stay away from people. If then humanity had never been around, it's thought that large animals like lions and elephants would now exist all across the globe, instead of only in specific regions. And, perhaps unsurprisingly, there'd be plenty more trees around the place as well. According to estimates, of the 6 million square miles of rainforest that once existed on Earth, less than 40% of it still exists, with human-led deforestation to blame for much of the loss. Despite all of that though, it's not all bad, and humans have and do affect Earth in a positive way too. Regarding extinctions themselves, 21st century humans have developed technology to predict certain cataclysmic events, and in some cases even prevent natural disasters. Some of the vast and deadly catastrophes of the past might now, in some cases, be averted or at least lessened. On the one hand, human knowledge has bred flood defenses, firefighting techniques against forest fires, and seismometers to warn of tsunamis. On the other, efforts are ongoing to develop tech that could even save the world from an extinction-level crisis like an asteroid strike. So if Earth never had humans, then it wouldn't today have a means to detect and potentially avoid these threats to it. More so than any other species, humans have the capability to understand how Earth works, and therefore to ensure that it carries on working. There are a number of ways that humans are preparing the planet for a potentially inevitable world-ending event too. In fact, it's thanks to human actions that a higher percentage of life could well survive, if Earth were to suffer an extinction similar to what happened to the dinosaurs. There's the Svalbard Global Seed Vault on the Norwegian island of Spitsbergen, built to prevent plant species from being lost forever post-apocalypse. We've also created numerous frozen zoos, where the genetic materials for countless animals are stored and preserved.